Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Vesta here, and today I'm making a video on Axiom Pro. A lot of you probably don't even know what Axiom Pro is yet. It's still quite new. And before I start the video, I will be saying that I'm leaving my affiliate link in the description, which does take off some fees and also helps you get into Axiom Pro early access, I believe. So I just thought I'd say that before I start the video because I might end up forgetting. Anyway, now, as you can see, Axiom Pro does look the same as Bullex. Actually, practically at the first glance, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. New pairs, almost migrating, and then you've got the migrated, right? But if you look carefully, there is a lot that is different. There's a lot, and there's a reason why a lot of people are moving to Axiom Pro. Axiom Pro is the future, I believe, for trading meme coins. Now, the reason I believe that is I think Axiom Pro has a lot better features than Bullex does, or even PumpFun. Some of the features or some of the tools that I used, for example, having a bundler tracker, which I'd have to open Telegram and then kind of go back and forth from Telegram to Bullex to see if it's bundled. Well, as you can see on Axiom, you can see if it's bundled. You can literally see without having to open Telegram. Now, what is something that's bundled? I can get into it in a lot more detail in another video, but essentially a bundler is a bunch of ghost wallets, just to kind of simply explain to you guys who don't know. Ghost wallets that try to manipulate the price of coins by buying in essentially with, X amount of SOL and basically manipulating the price and then practically just dumping on whoever buys after them, which I think has actually happened here, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe not. Anyway, another cool feature that Axiom Pro has is you can actually see when a dev has had previous migrations. So as you can see, this dev's had two, this dev's had two, this dev's had two. And some of these devs have had, I've seen like 80 migrations before. And this is huge because when a new coin gets released, of course, if you want to invest early on and, 10x, 5x, 20x, 100x, whatever your goal is, of course, knowing that the dev has made coins in the past that have migrated is huge. Literally a game changer. The problem with this as well, though, I'll tell you guys this, is be very careful with this feature. I'll show you why. Because you might come across a coin that has, for example, 50 dev migrations. Well, let's use this as an example, right? This dev has had 2 migrations in the past, but if we click on his pump fund and we check his profile, how many migrations has he or she or whatever, right? Have they had out of how many coins they've made? So as you can see, this person's made tons and tons of coins. I mean, who knows how many coins they've made at this point. And they've only had 2 migrations, which, of course, 2 migrations is still a big accomplishment, but when you consider 2 migrations out of 200 is a 1% probability, right? So please be careful. As I mentioned, here, 35 migrations. You might see this and you might just ape in, hoping that this will also migrate. But just remember, always try to check how many coins have migrated out of how many creations in the past. Of course, if he's made 5 coins and 4 of them have migrated, there is more of a chance for the next coin to migrate. So that's not a bad investment. But of course, if he's made 500 coins and only 2 have migrated, then be a bit more careful, okay? Secondly, on Axiom, one feature that I really like is you can look for keywords. So you can, let's say, for example, Elon has released a tweet. Elon releases a tweet, bang, I come in here, Elon, apply to all. And as you can see, every single tweet that Elon has made is here. Another cool feature is you can actually exclude keywords. So let's say a coin has been made and there is multiple coins of that same coin being made. So the same narrative over and over and over. You could even exclude that. So I don't know if this would work because it's got Elon on both sides, but if I exclude Elon now, no more Elon, right? But we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. Now, something that I really like about Axiom, which I believe NovaBot has these features, but this is kind of the whole package. It has everything all in one, which is, as I mentioned earlier, a huge game changer. You can see here it's got how many insiders, the top 10 holders. This is not looking too great, is it? How much percentage the dev is holding. As you probably already know, depending on the project, you don't want to invest in a coin that has too much of a high dev holding for, obvious reasons. And if you don't know, that's because they can basically dump on your head straight. What I mean by that is just sell the whole supply, completely crash the market in many cases. So as you can see here on the buy feature, it's got an advanced trading strategy. So you can add a stop loss. I believe, you can take profits, you can dev sell. I was playing around with these features earlier, actually. There was a feature here that I really liked, which was the advanced. Now, on advanced, what you could do is you can use this feature here to buy after migration. So let's say a coin's migrated now, and you want to be one of the first to buy the coin. Of course, depending on if your bribe fees are high enough and, all of this stuff. But let's say they are. And let's say you're the first to buy. You can actually buy straight after migration. And another really good feature is you can buy as soon as the developer sells. Why is this good? A lot of people usually buy into coins as soon as the dev sells, because the dev in most cases has a lot of power over you, and I believe a lot of traders don't really like this. The fact that the dev could kind of just dump any second they want to. And looking statistically, 98.9% of coins, I believe, are usually rugs. So, of course, if the developer's in the coin, more likely than not, I don't usually invest into the coin. Neither do people in my trading group. Of course, dependent on strategy and depending on the coin as well. But anyway, this is a really cool feature here. So you can buy after migration, buy after dev cells. Buy after dev cells. And guess what? You can also sell straight after migration, which is crazy. And when I first started meme coin trading, I would always ask myself, this is when I was completely a noob. I would always say, why does the coin migrate and instantly drop to 70 or 80k? And you might be asking the same question. Well, that's because people have these bots, right? As I mentioned, they weren't as accessible in the past. People couldn't just click on it wasn't an all-in-one. It was, you either had NovaBot or you had your own bot, or you was paying for a bot. It wasn't as simple as this, but this platform just makes everything so simple. So here you can see you can sell how much percent you'd like to sell after migration. And you can also sell after dev cells. Now, as I mentioned, people buy after dev cell. Usually, that's kind of the strat that we use. But in some projects, right, you don't want to hold the coin after dev cells, especially if it's a developer's project. If the dev cells, more likely than not, the project will crash. So this is why this is very useful, and I suggest everyone to kind of familiarize themselves with these two features here. Okay, another feature that I like is the Twitter tracker. Of course, I don't have access to this right now. I've literally just made it, and I took some time to kind of understand how this platform works. But as you can see, once you do trade more than 5 SOL, there you go. You've got your Twitter tracker, right? Apart from that, a lot of the tools are similar to Bullx. You can see that you've got your socials here. So you've got your Twitter, X, you've got the internet link, you've got I believe this is a Telegram. And yeah, overall, I believe this is just a lot better than Bullocks. I honestly do believe that. As you can see, it's got a yield feature as well, which a lot of people I know don't usually yield coins, but if you want to, feel free. It's literally right there. It's got trackers. It's got, there was a feature that we saw earlier, which I believe was, I'd have to find this. There was a feature that was very useful that I bumped into earlier, but I'm not sure exactly how I activated it, but there was a kind of box that came up here. Maybe I can get into that in another video, but overall, familiarize yourselves with the tools that I've explained in this video. It's more than enough to start making some serious money if you know what you're doing. But as I mentioned, guys, my affiliate link to access Axiom Pro will be in the description. Apart from that, if you've watched until this point, thank you so much. I'd love to hear your feedback. And I'd love to hear about people who use Bullocks and what they prefer, especially after using Axiom Pro. But anyway, it's been your boy Vesta, guys. Take care. Peace.